watching the LVSHL Phantoms Cup Final, only on Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back at the PPL Center, where tonight it's the Elementary Division Phantoms Cup Final between the Northampton Konkrete Kids and the Emmaus Hornets. Northampton, the number 1 seed, a 10-2-1 record. Emmaus, the number 2 seed, a 9-3-1 record. To start at the pregame show, let's go over what happened to these two teams in the semifinals several days ago here in the Phantoms Cup. First, we'll talk about Northampton as they defeated the Parkwood Trojans 8-2, and they returned to the finals for the second consecutive year after they won 8-2 on Thursday night against Parkland. This game was Logan Pyle and Nate Bryan's show, as both led the Konkrete Kids offense by each netting their own hat tricks. During an interview I actually had after the game, Bryan said, "We definitely had a lot of fun, and we're off to the championship game." The Konkrete Kids advanced to the Elementary Phantoms Cup Final for the second straight year, and today they're taking on Emmaus. As for the Hornets in their semifinal game, they defeated the Easton Red Rovers 8-0. And in that win, their offense had a great performance from a lot of players on their team. Goals coming from Max Holzwander, Matthew Supp, Nicholas Supp, Nathan Mankiz, Brent Beebe, and Carson Diefender. The Hornets will have the chance to win the Elementary Phantoms Cup for the first time today here at PPL Center. Inactives for tonight's game. No one is inactive for Emmaus or Northampton. Time for tonight's starting goaltenders. In net for the Northampton Konkrete Kids, number 7, Jacob Shellhammer, 9-2-1. He started all but one game. Well, actually, he started every game but one for the Konkrete Kids. Goals against average 5.48, save percentage of .784. And in net for the first half of the game for the Emmaus Hornets will be number 53, Brent Beebe, 7-2-1. Goals against average 5.71, save percentage of .737, and I was told at the halfway point of the game, Emmaus is going to switch goaltenders and put in number 31, Colton Pozovic. And the only statistic I was able to find on him is that he's played 7 games. Couldn't find his goals against average or save percentage or his wins or losses, but he's played a good amount of games for the Hornets this season. That's about it for the pregame show. We're going to go to a quick little break, and when warm-ups are done, we'll be back for the first period face-off in the LVSHL Elementary Phantoms Cup Final. Period's about to get underway in the 2025 LVSHL Elementary Phantoms Cup Final between the Northampton Konkrete Kids and the Emmaus Hornets. This is the 4th consecutive year the Konkrete Kids are here. I'll talk about more on their championship achievements in the past for their youth team. And for Emmaus, this is their first ever appearance in the Phantoms Cup Final. Shellhammer in net for Northampton. Beebe in net for Emmaus for the first half of the game. Colton Pozovic will come in the second half for the Hornets. Puck is dropped, and we're underway. It's the Konkrete Kids and the Hornets in the Elementary Phantoms Cup Final. And unlike varsity, this is not a best-of-3 series like the game 1 yesterday. It's just single elimination. Same thing applies to the middle school and JV division. As Northampton's going to go right on in, and then they score! 24 seconds in, and the Konkrete Kids strike first right away. Trying to see who that was. I saw 17. There's actually 2 players for Northampton that wears... What was that? Just got assistance from the crowd. Thank you for that. Again, the goal was Nate Bryant. I thought I saw 17 for a second who scored that. So Bryant makes it 1-0 Northampton 24 seconds into the game. I lost track of that. So sorry about that, fans. Bryant scored 3 times in the semifinal last game. Had that hat-trick spoke with him and Logan Pyle at the end of their semifinal game. So Northampton, one shot into the game, already has a 1-0 lead. That's his 28th goal of the season, by the way, for Bryant. Amazing stuff. And Northampton will bring it back the other way. It's Bryant again, trying to center it. And it's broken up by the Hornets. Emmaus will attempt to clear it back out. That was from Caden Melik. And now it's going to go to the right side for Flowers. And that shot's blocked on the side of the net. He gets taken down from behind. No call there. They keep playing on here. Hornets will attempt to skate it back out. Northampton almost turned it back over. And the Konkrete kids move it through center, try to guide it the other way. There was Pyle. And the Emmaus moves on a 2-on-2. If they can hurry over the line here is Fegley, and that shot goes wide. Jackson Fegley, brother of Porter Fegley from the Lehigh Valley Saints. As Emmaus keeps it just onside, good play is kept on the line there by Xander Menenes. As we'll clear it back to the corner, and looks like we're going to get a line change for the defenseman of the Hornets. Pyle moving through center with the connecting number 11 on his back, trying to go around a few defenders, walks to the net, and a pass stop. It's made there by Brant Beebe with the left pad. Blake Beebe, the brother of the Emmaus goaltender in net, hit it off the boards. Hornets try to clear it back towards the wing. Being somewhat chopped after there. And it's going to be collected back through center here by Chase Mankus. Mankus on the wing, and Pyle trying to take him down. Mankus with a shot saved there by Shellhammer. And Northampton will attempt to move back the other way. This is Luke Whitty. Comes back towards the defense for Ethan Blas as he'll try to get it back to the neutral zone. Beebe will backhand one on the right point here. And Northampton will try to take it back in their own zone from Chase Seibert. Pyle takes it once again here for Northampton. Comes it over the line on the onside play. Pyle a shot and deflected off a Emmaus stick. Pyle gets it back, and that second chance goes wide of the goal. 8.5 to go in the first period. 1-0 in favor of the Konkrete kids. Nate Bryan with the goal. Pyle keeps it in as he hit the puck with his stick. And that wrist shot's blocked. Pyle picks it up. Toe drag. Moves. Save. Save is made there by Beebe. Back comes the Hornets the other way. They got numbers. A 2-on-1. If they're hurrying, it's Caleb Beers. Beers gets it right back. Trying to flip it towards the goal. And Shellhammer will hold on. We'll get a whistle with 8:07 to go in the first period. Wanted to mention that there's some different rules here in the elementary division compared to varsity, which is what I mainly do. The periods are only 12 minutes each. That's one of the rules. And for penalties, they're not 2-minute power plays. The penalties are for 1:30. And also worth mentioning, there's a rule if a player scores a hat trick in a game, they can't score anymore. And a good example of that is all-star forward for the Konkrete kids, Logan Pyle. He scored 3 goals last game in the semifinals against Parkland. And at one point, he had a breakaway where he could have gone for 4 goals, but he's not allowed to score more than 3. So instead of shooting the puck, he actually skated to the corner and made a centering pass. That's one thing I noticed, and the parents were telling me that is a rule. They can't score more than 3 goals in a game, which honestly makes sense for this youth level division. Or elementary level. It used to be called youth level. And the Konkrete kids go back on the offensive attack again. That centering pass was blocked. The Hornets will try to skate through center, bring it back to the other side. That is sold, and it's blocked off a Northampton stick. Konkrete kids regroup. Grubbs clears it to the corner. Mankus gets to it first here for the Hornets. He runs into his own teammate, and the Konkrete kids pick it back up. Off the boards, this was from Noddy, and the Hornets get a wrist shot into the glove there of Shellhammer, and he's got it with 7:03 to go in the first period. At any point during tonight's broadcast, if I sound a little behind and go on the place, I apologize. A lot of these names are definitely not as familiar to me as the varsity division, but it's not the first youth game. This is only the second youth game I've ever done in the LVSHL. The last one was last year's Phantoms Cup elementary final. Here's Pyle on the wing. Got around a defender. Has space on a one-on-one and made a nice move. He lost possession of the puck, and it almost goes in. The puck was just sitting there on the goal line, and the Hornets get out of harm's way from their viewpoint at least. As Emmaus is going to bring it back into the Northampton zone again. And they'll get a wrist shot or shell him. A right pad stop is made there by the Northampton goaltender. Pyle, who we've said his name quite a bit so far in the game, takes the puck once more. Pyle with a wrist shot. Scores! Look at Pyle, his first of the game. That's a pretty unique celebration after the goal. He kind of did a moonwalk there, it looked like. And Northampton is up 2-0. Pyle gets his 28th goal of the season. We saw Brian get his 28th, and now Pyle's got 28. They've now updated the shots on goal. It's 4-2 in favor of Northampton, but the score is 2-0 Konkrete Kids. Bartholomew almost had it, and the Hornets have a 3-on-1 developing here. They have a few wingers here. That centering pass was attempted by Blake Beebe, but it was blocked. Pyle trying to clear it through the boards here. And Emmaus. Pyle falls down, actually. I thought he was tripped for a second. He just simply lost his balance on the ice here. And Emmaus will have this pass intercepted by the recently mentioned Pyle. Gets it right back on the onside play. Took a shot, and it's blocked. Good defensive play is made there by Ross Maga-Garcia as he blocked it with his stick there. Emmaus, Northampton, I should say, almost kept it in the zone. They could not. Nate Bryan. And Northampton will now lead this away through center ice. They'll move it on, a 2-on-2. We have a delayed penalty coming up here. This will be on Emmaus, and Northampton's going to go on the first power play of the game. As like I was saying, these power plays are only a minute 30. Trying to see who's going into the box now for Emmaus. It is a tripping call. I did not see the number of player for Emmaus that went in. They'll announce it in the public address announcing, or on the surround sound on who's serving the into the penalty box. I'm starting a lot. Sorry for that. And now it's saying on the scoreboard that it's only a minute power play, not a minute 30. I was looking through some statistics on the Scholastics. I even asking some parents before the game. They were telling me the penalties were a minute 30, but in this case, it looks like it's just a minute, unless they're just trying to fix that. We do have a bit of a delay here before we start this power play for Northampton. 5:01 remains in the first period as the Konkrete Kids are up 2-0 early on. Backhanding behind the net was the Hornets as they're going to try to get this out of their zone short-handed here. And a 2-on-1 or 2-on-2, I should say, is starting to develop. And that centering pass was taken away by Northampton. It's Blake Beebe who's in net. Actually, no, it's Blake Beebe who's in the box for Emmaus. He's the one serving the tripping penalty. That centering pass is intercepted by Emmaus. And I want to mention another thing. You might not always hear me saying the names after a player gets the puck. Some of these jerseys are a little harder to read the numbers from this distance for whatever reason. I'm going to guess just because the numbers on these youth jerseys are definitely smaller than the varsity, JV, and middle school uniforms. But I'll try my best. Here's Bryan, who takes it over the line for Northampton. Has space, and that shot goes over the net. McGinley tried to keep it into the zone. He'll have to clear it into the neutral zone. Bryan gets it right back on the right side, and he'll take a wrist shot that goes wide of the goal. 3.5 remains in the first period. Power play did end several seconds ago for Northampton. McGinley almost had it. Emmaus takes it right back into the center ice zone. And this will be an offsides here against the Hornets. Trying to clear it the other way was Sup, and we'll get a whistle with 3:19 remaining in this first period. So these two teams played each other 3 times in the regular season. The first game, it was a 6-6 tie. The second 2 games were, well, the second and third game were both won by Northampton. Northampton won the second game 9-5, and they won the third game 10-5. Pyle. A few players of the Hornets fall down on the corner. They get right back up on their feet here. And they'll try to clear it through center ice. Attempting to shoot it out was Chase Mankis. And Emmaus will attempt to get it back through the Northampton zone once more. Pyle just scored recently. Takes it here for the Konkrete kids. Moves to the left circle. Several kids are in front of the net. That shot saved there. Rebound. They score! It's 3-0 Konkrete kids. Pyle does it again. And it's all Northampton early on in the Elementary Phantoms Cup Final. Pyle, his 29th goal of the season. One away from yet another hat trick, as we've seen him do quite frequently this regular season and in playoffs too. Taking it on the corner was Nicholas Sup. And Bryant now has it here for Northampton, wearing 44 in orange and black. Bryant backhands one into the zone. The Hornets take it here. They'll attempt to move it through center ice and down the other way here at PPL Center. Blake Beebe backhanding one to the corner, or back to the left boards, as to say. And Emmaus lost possession. The Konkrete kids move back. 2 minutes to go in this first period as the Northampton Konkrete kids are already up 3-0. Beebe getting past the blue line. Both teams trying to maintain some kind of possession here with the puck. Hornets pick it back up. This shot goes to the net of Shellhammer, and he will hold on with 1:41 to go in the first period. This is the first of a doubleheader we have tonight at PPL Center, and that I am broadcasting. Obviously, I'm calling this game in the elementary finals. I'll be doing the middle school Phantoms Cup final a little later on tonight at 8:30 between the Easton Red Rovers and the Northampton Konkrete kids. Emmaus gets a shot on that, and that goes off a Shellhammer. I think some of the names on the roster sheets they gave out here at PPL Center are missing for Emmaus. Never mind, they score! It's Pyle again! He's got the hat trick, and Northampton is up by 4. Pyle has scored the last 3 goals for the K kids, and he can't put any more into the net tonight based on the elementary school rules. But I'm sure he's not complaining too much as his team is up by 4. Now he has 30 goals on the season. Emmaus brings it back the other way. Fegley had it for a moment, and Bryant takes it right behind the net. Bryant has some decent speed here coming in over the line. Bryant, nice defensive play is made there. Last minute to play in the first period as the Hornets will clear it down. This will be nice here against the Hornets. It's exactly 54 seconds remaining in this first period. I was just about to say, man, this period's gone pretty quick, but to be fair, it's only a 12-minute period. I'm used to seeing these 17-minute periods for varsity games, or even full 20-minute periods for other games I do outside the LVSHL. Mankis takes it here. He'll bring it through neutral ice for the Hornets. Centering pass, bringing it back the other way was Pazovic, and that shot's going to go wide. Actually, beg my pardon, that was Carson Diefenter wearing 42 for Emmaus. 30 seconds left in the period. Bryant with 1 goal tonight. Jabbed away by the Hornets defense. And Emmaus clears it down. This was going to be an icing, but Shellhammer came out of his net. 15 seconds to go in the period. Bryant tipped it off his stick. Off the boards. Northampton attempts to clear through center. 5 seconds to go in the period. And it is 4-0 Konkrete Kids after one. Shots on net 9-3 in favor of Northampton. One goal coming from Nate Bryant, 3 from Logan Pyle. We'll be back for the second period. Second period's about to get underway here in the LVSHL Elementary Phantoms Cup Final. Northampton leads 4-0 over the Emmaus Hornets. Goals coming from Nate Bryant, and 3 goals coming from Logan Pyle. Hornets go on net, and that shot goes over the net of Shellhammer. Konkrete Kids will attempt to chase it down. Getting to the puck first for the Hornets was Connor Allen. And BB will have it for the Hornets into the Northampton zone. BB poke checked away there by Pyle. And again, Pyle cannot score again tonight, as he already has a hat trick. That's a part of the rules here in the elementary division. Can't score more than 3 goals in a game per player. Player for Northampton fell down. That was Olivier Powell. Actually, come to think of it, a little story I want to talk about Olivia. Actually, the other day, she came up to me and said that her brother wanted me to sign a puck for him, and she actually gave me a puck to sign. It was last week during our first few days of the Phantoms Cup. That's definitely a first. I have signed a hockey stick before for former puck Trojan Connor McGinty, but never a puck, so that was definitely kind of flattering. So I hope that they enjoyed that puck. I don't think you're going to be able to sell it for anything worth of value on eBay, but, you know, if you want to just have that for yourself, good for you guys. That's cool. Grace Koch for the face-off. Actually, that was Caden McCallick. Again, some of these numbers are kind of harder to read from a distance just because they're so small. I thought I saw 29. It was 28 going for the face-off for Northampton. Finn McGinley. And the Hornets will take it away from McGinley. Brant Beebe, wearing 58 for the Hornets. Actually, that's not Brant Beebe. That's the wrong name. I'm mixing up all these names. I'm sorry for those of you watching home. I'm sure you guys don't mind too much, but I am not calling the greatest game tonight, so sorry for them watching at home. We'll try my best. Hornets try to make a left wing pass, but they aren't able to connect to the play. And it'll be McGinley holding behind the net. Finn McGinley's pass was deflected. Bryant got to it for the Konkrete Kids. Tries to get through center, almost taken away by Emmaus. That was Sup. That shot goes on net, and a glove save made by Shellhammer. He's got it. With 9:48 to go in the second period. Sorry I mentioned that I'm doing the middle school final after this game between the Easton Red Rovers and the Northampton Konkrete Kids. That game will start around 8:30. If not, the stream will be a little later. Got 2 games tomorrow, another doubleheader. Tomorrow, 6:30, the Parkland Trojans will be taking on the Northampton Konkrete Kids in the junior varsity final. And then after that, at 8:30, it's game 2 of a best-of-3 series in the varsity Phantoms Cup final between Bethlehem Area School District / Nazareth against the Lehigh Valley Saints. Bethlehem Nazareth has a 1-0 series lead, and they'll have a chance to win their first ever Scholastic title. Shellhammer made a nice save there with his glove. We'll get another face-off in the Northampton zone. And if there's a game 3 in the varsity final, which could happen if the Saints win tomorrow night, that'll be on Monday, March 17th at 7 p.m. And we're now going to have a goaltending change, as I was saying earlier, for about half the game. Emmaus was going to play Brent Beebe. Now in net for the Emmaus Hornets, number 31, Colton Pazovic. And again, I do not have his full statistics. They weren't mentioned on the Scholastic site, other than the fact that he's played 7 games this year for the Hornets. They did not pull him. They just simply switched goalies just so that both kids get their fair share of ice time tonight. Shellhammer, however, will be the only goalie in that for Northampton. A battle for this puck on the boards near the Emmaus bench. This is brought over onside. And I think I see, just like how I saw one of the Phantoms Cup games last week, Tyler Glenn is on the ice, one of the officials. I think that's him on near the right corner of the rink here. That shot on that, it's blocked. I think Shellhammer may have gotten a piece of it. And it's blasted into the zone. Slapped on in by Chase Mankus. Pile for Northampton, trying to clear it back out, blocked by a player for a man. Couldn't see who that was. Mankus picks it up on the right wing. Took a shot on that, and that goes over the goal. I thought it may have deflected. It did not. Mankus will keep it in the Northampton zone, try to get some offense here. They have yet to score anything in the game as they're still down by 4. Northampton clears it all the way down. No icing as it's swept aside there by Colton Posovic. And the Konkrete kids take it. Rodley had it for a second. And Rodley takes it once again. Rodley's going to walk in on net. And it's poke checked away. I think one of the Emmaus defenders couldn't see who that was able to knife that puck from his possession. Good play. Mankus had it for a moment. This will be an offsides here against Emmaus with 7.5 to go in the period. So for Northampton, this is the 4th straight year in elementary that they're in the Phantoms Cup final. 2022, they lost in the finals 2-1 to Parkland. 2023, they lost to Parkland again 9-6. Last year, they played Parkland and they beat them 9-4. And this year, they're here against Emmaus and are currently up 4-0. And for those of you watching on, I actually mentioned the score after every period. I mentioned it a decent bit, so I know I'm not able to put a live scoreboard like I have been able to do with Kutztown hockey this year, but I hope at least saying the score a decent amount of times will keep you guys informed. Trying to chop it out through center ice. There's one play that was Brody Nati, who's wearing the Eric Lindros 88. And the funny thing is, for these Konkrete kid uniforms, they look like the Flyers uniforms during the Eric Lindros era. The only difference is that it says kids on the front. It does not have the Flyers logo, obviously. Chase Grubbs will go for the face-off here. Against Brent Beebe. And one of the players for Emmaus fell down. Beebe with a shot. Nice save is made by Shellhammer with his pads. Receiving the puck there on the wing was 81 for Northampton. I know I said this earlier, but there's some numbers here. I have 2 roster sheets here. One that I wrote all the names, and the other ones that Connor Lawrence, Public Relations Director for the Phantoms, put all together nicely. And some of the names are missing. That's not on me or Connor or anything, but I think this classic site for the the site for the LVSHL is missing some names, at least for the elementary division. Usually that's not something that I've seen on the varsity, but obviously it's not really a big deal. It's not a professional hockey league by any means, but just saying. Beebe hits it off the side of the net. And Emmaus will try to keep the pressure here. It's on the point. That shot, they score! Emmaus finally gets on the board. The shot came from the left point, and it's a 4-1 hockey game. Matthew Supp is the one who gets the goal for the Hornets. And that's his 12th goal of the season. 4-1 Northampton. Emmaus gets a big one. They're still down by 3, but there's still 6 minutes to go in the second period and still the whole third period to play as well as this puck goes into the Hornets bench. Faceoff will be in the Northampton zone. Cyber will go for the defensive faceoff here for Northampton, one of the bigger players on the Konkrete roster tonight. That shot goes on net. Nice save made by Shellhammer. Point blank in front of the net was Carson Defender. But he was robbed by the right pad of Shellhammer. Bryant. Nice move. Goes over the line. 1-on-1. And a good defensive play is made by Mankiewicz. Actually, no, that was Supp who recently scored. Good defensive play. Hornets will move back with numbers. 2-1 if they can hurry. Broken up by Bryant. And this puck is near the Emmaus bench once more. Bryant will receive the pass on a 1-on-2. Trying to cut around a few Hornets. And he got tangled up. He gets taken it down hard there by Supp. And that's going to be a penalty on Supp as he illegally checked down Bryant. They're going to give him an interference penalty. He'll serve in for not 1 minute, actually. Kind of weird to save that for a power play. But again, this is the elementary division. And to Chris Burgess saying thank you for sharing this. You are welcome. And all of you watching this live, or if any of these kids are going to watch this a little later on, thank you guys for joining here in this game. And another thing you might notice, compared to my other broadcasts, they might not be talking as much. Usually the faster the players are on the ice, the more there is to describe. Like this play, 2-on-1, shorthanded for the Hornets. This is Beebe, and that shot goes wide. They're trying to wrap it around on the corner, trying to get a shot on net. I think that was Jackson Fegley, and Shellhammer stands his ground there with 40 seconds left on the Northampton power play. Off this face-off that goes off the pad there, Shellhammer. Bryant actually just goes to BB on the corner. Tipped off a Northampton stick. Konkrete finally will take possession here, or at least they'll try to. 25 seconds on the power play. Finn McGinley is going to hold on here. This was a delayed offside. And Emmaus has done an outstanding job killing off this penalty so far. I know it's only a minute penalty kill for them, but still they had that really good offensive chance short. They had that really good short-handed chance, 2-on-1, and they kept the puck in their own end for a good while, or actually in the Northampton end. And here comes BB again. Bryant catching up to a good play by Bryant to break that up easily. BB centering off the stick there of Shellhammer, picked up there by Emmaus, and that shot deflected wide. That was Matthew Supp out of the box of shame and rejoining the action here. Another shot goes off the pads of Shellhammer. Rebound, and Emmaus almost got a chance there. That was Jackson Fegley, but he fell down. Man, surging here. They're still down by 3, but they're getting some good chances. Like this one. Fegley scores! Jackson Fegley, what a move for Emmaus. 2 unanswered goals for the Hornets. And it's a 2-goal hockey game. That is Fegley's 10th of the season, and it's a big one for the Hornets. 3:44 remains in the second period, and we still got a third period coming up too. So, and also considering the fact that Logan Pyle can't score anymore in the game, that definitely helps Emmaus. That goes towards the net, and Shellhammer's got it. That was a close one. Emmaus, I think some of the players were thinking that was in at first. It stays out. I do not have a camera in the net to get a full review of that, but, man, these Hornets are really, they have all the momentum in the world right now in this game. And they have time on their side as well. Off the faceoff, as Emmaus got a shot and it was blocked. Trying to get it free. Max Holzwander was down there. Being tripped up there was Pyle, and we got a power play coming up for Northampton. Tripping call on the Hornets. I'll see who this is on for Emmaus. Once again, couldn't see his number. Again, I'm sorry. Some of the players' numbers I'm not able to see. For the last 2 penalties for Emmaus, when a player for the Hornets has gone into the penalty box. By the time their backs are facing me, where I can see the number, they're already sitting down because obviously they're a lot shorter than the varsity players. I can't even see them. I can't even see who's in the box right now for Emmaus. Oh, there we go. It's on the scoreboard. It says Caleb Beers is in for tripping for Emmaus. Bryant flips it past center, chasing for it, trying to get on a break. Good defensive play. Oh, that's another penalty coming up. This will be on Emmaus. Jackson Fegley will be guilty of this. Another tripping penalty. 5-on-3 coming up for Northampton for 41 seconds. Actually, correction, Ross Mega Garcia is going to be in the box for Emmaus. I thought I saw 13. That was 19. So 5-on-3 for 41 seconds, and then it'll be 5-on-4 for not much long after. So chance for Northampton, who is already up by 2, to get a much-needed insurance goal since Emmaus has scored the last 2 straight. Less than 3 minutes to go in the game. Hello, Chase Haddon. I see your hello request in the chat. Hope you're enjoying this game. As Brian Hass at center. And I hope you guys are enjoying them, actually engaging with the group chat a little more in these games now. Brian cutting on net, got around a few defenders, patched up, rebound, another save is made there. 2 great stops by Colton Posovic. Just joined the game, and we have another penalty. This is going to be a hooking call. And this penalty is on the Konkrete kids. This hooking penalty for Northampton is on Finn McGinley. So Beers will be out in the box in 2 seconds. And Mega Garcia will be out in 21 seconds. So it is 4-on-3 for a brief second. Beers is out of the box. So 4-on-4 on the ice for 13 seconds, and then it'll be a brief power play for the Hornets. Bryant has room. He's going to go on net. Save made there by Posovic. He's got the Phantoms-themed pads and mask. Maybe the Phantom Scouts can take a look at this guy. He's playing well. As now Northampton will get a shot, and that's blocked. Emmaus will try to escape back the other way. This is BB. Gets a shot, gets taken down, and saved by Shellhammer. Fans are looking for a penalty. I thought that was a tripping call, and no penalty ruled there. Pretty sure that was a trip, but I guess not. I'm actually going to look at my replay here just to re-look at that here. I know you guys can't see the replay, but I'm going to look at it from my laptop here. Yeah, kind of looks like a trip. I can understand why they let that go, but regardless, that's how things are here, at least for this game. Grubbs on the wing, chasing it down there was Luke Whitty, and Emmaus goes on into the offensive zone again. That shot saved there by Shellhammer, couldn't cover up the rebound. Scrappy play here at center. Hornets bring it back into the zone. Here's Blake Beebe. Centering it, cross scores! We got a 1-goal game here at PPL Center. The Hornets have scored 3 unanswered goals. It is a 1-goal hockey game. Connor Allen, his first goal of the season, probably the biggest of his young hockey career so far. It was 4-0 Konkrete Kids. It's now a 4-3 game with 1:09 to go in the second period. These Hornets, in the lamest dad pun ever said, are buzzing as this shot is blocked. Trying to take the shot, and that was Luke Whitty. So Allen, man, I mean, again, that's his first goal this season. I don't think he could have come at a better time. He just did a slam dunk play there as he got the puck into the back of the net. They're going to try to move back to the other side. Emmaus will try to keep it in. 30 seconds to go in the period. This is Pyle on the circle. Got a shot on that. A nice right patch stop is made there by Colton Pasovic. 11 seconds left in the period. Woody's pass is blocked and went off the body there of Pierce Berg. Pyle almost lost his balance, and that's going to be the end of the second period. It's a 4-3 hockey game. Shots on net, 11-10. Emmaus should be an entertaining third period, to say the very least. We'll be back for that. Third period's about to get underway here in the LVSHL Elementary Phantoms Cup Final. Northampton was up 4-0. Emmaus had a lot of good offensive chances, and they scored 3 unanswered. It's a 4-3 game in the third period. Less than 12 minutes to go in this one. It's going to be very tense from the end, I can imagine. Hornets trying to win their first ever Phantoms Cup. This is the first time they're in the Phantoms Cup Final. They're going to bring it over the line. Shot on net goes wide off the net of Shellhammer. It's stuck behind the goal. Matthew Sepp was the one who got the shot on goal there for the Hornets. He's been active tonight. And Northampton goes on a 2-on-1. They're going to bring it over the line. That shot clubbed down there by Pasovic. And I saw that, hold on a second. So the one comment from Three Knuckleheads, how did you know I'm wearing the Anthony Greco jersey? I'm gonna guess someone is not too far from me here at PPL Center seeing what jersey I'm wearing. I am wearing my Spartans Anthony Greco jersey, and it's one of my favorites. I have like several Scholastic jerseys. I have this one. I have my custom Spartans jersey with my last name on the back, and I have 2 LVSHL All-Star jerseys, but obviously I'm not playing on the ice. It's just something to wear for games. But anyways, that's a pass stop made by Shellhammer. Kept in the zone by BB. Said his name a lot tonight because there's few BB brothers on the Emmaus roster. Nice deke by BB. To the corner it comes, centering in front. Went off the stick of McGinley. Slap shot there by Allen, who just scored late in the second period, was blocked. 2 players tumbled down on the ice. Allen trying to get it right back. Saved by Shellhammer. Rebound. Scores! The game is tied! The Hornets have come all the way back! 4 unanswered goals for Emmaus. Can you believe it? I wish I could say at the moment who that is. I can't even read the kid's jersey number. I'll listen to see what they say on the public address announcement to give that kid a proper goal call. But, wow, Emmaus, unbelievable. 4 unanswered. Bryant cutting through around a few defenders, and the Hornets will try to get right back. There's a good amount of fans for both teams, but you can really hear Emmaus' fan base now as they're going to try to go towards the net. Picked up. That shot goes wide. Pyle falls down. Another chance saved by Shellhammer. And he holds up with 9:51 to go in the game. We're tied somehow at 4 apiece. Grayson Beck is the one who got the goal to tie this puppy up at 4. That's his first goal of the season. Oh, my goodness. So first we had Allen getting his first and Beck getting his first of the season. I mean, unless those stats are not accurate, I got from the LVSHL site. I'm going to assume that it is because it's been pretty reliable, but that's the case. Man, they get their first goals of the year, and it's in the biggest game of their young lives. And we actually had an offside call here. I did not even hear the whistle. I think players were hesitant to think if the play was over, but it was. So they'll have to face on the offside dot now. And again, if you didn't hear, this is not the only game I'm broadcasting. At about 8:30 is the Middle School Phantoms Cup between Easton and Northampton. Broadcast could start a little later than 8:30, depending on after the celebrations of this game. So we'll have to see on that front. BB try to shove down a Northampton player, try to take down Rowley. BB's going to try to make the left wing feed to Sup. That was Nicholas Sup, to be exact. There's a lot of BBs and Sups on the ice. I don't have the exact number on how many there are. Actually, you know what? I'll count them while we're at this whistle here with 8:53 to go in the game. There's 2 Sups and 2 BBs. Blake BB and Brent BB, Nicholas Sup, and Matthew Sup. And they just so happen to have had the puck a decent amount of times tonight. And we also had Brent BB in net earlier tonight. Matthew Sup backhands it in. McGinley off a Emmaus forward. And the Hornets clear it down towards neutral ice here. That was a fan passing attempt there, and we have a penalty coming up. This is an elbowing call, and it's on Northampton. Finn McGinley will serve in for 2. Biggest power play of the game coming up in favor of Emmaus, as they'll attempt to get their first lead of the game. Blake Beebe wins the faceoff. Shot on net there by Matthew Sup goes wide. And Emmaus will just keep it onside. Good play made by Jackson Fegley. And now this puck is taken by Northampton short-handed. And there's some offsides here against the Konkrete Kids. 44 seconds on the power play. 8:11 to go in the game. We are tied at 4 shots on net. 20-15 in favor of the Hornets. Off this face-off. Hampton will chase it down. Bryant trying to clear it through the right wing side of the ice. Actually, that's not a great way of describing it. He tried to clear on the right boards, I should say. And Mays brings it in to the zone with 25 seconds to go in the power play. That shot's blocked. This is picked up by the Konkrete Kids. It's kept there by Sup. 12 seconds on the power play. Sup, backhand shot, and Shellhammer had to stretch his right leg to cover the right post, but the puck went wide. Pile to Bryant on the outlet pass. Bryant over the line. Lost possession. Good defensive sticks by Emmaus. They've been doing that well. One-time blast by Bryant as he's denied point blank by Colton Pasovic. He shuts the door with his 2 pads. Berg, wristing one, that goes wide. Power play ended, or has ended, I should say. 7 minutes to go in the game. We're still tied at 4. Next goal is going to be a big one to say at the very least. Pyle to Bryant at center. Bryant's going to come in over the line, trying to make it deep. Another good defensive stick by the Emmaus defense. That was from Brent Beebe. Bryant on the right circle. That shot is saved there by Pasovic. He's got it with 6.5 to go in this game. Faceoff's won there by Snyder. That shot is blocked, almost picked up by Northampton. Radley's pass was taken away by the Hornets. A move to the left circle. Right patch stuff there by Shellhammer. They'll try to take it right behind the net, and the Konkrete kids get it right back for Bryant. Actually, that's not Bryant. That is Ethan Balls. Bryant wears 44. Balls wears 45. Shot from the point. Went off the stick of Balls. Backhand! That goes wide. Oh, man, so it was that close to taking the lead, but they missed the open net. And the Hornets keep up the pressure, but the Konkrete kids bring it back up for a rally. Well, they break up the play, I should say. This will be an offside. Actually, we'll just get a whistle here with 5:31 remaining in the third period. Every second that ticks down here is going to make this game feel even more intense. I mean, obviously it's just a youth game, but for these kids, this is a big deal. Whether Northampton wins or Emmaus wins or whether either team loses, this is definitely a game these kids are going to remember for a long time. What a great game here at PPL Center. Northampton will attempt to get it back up from Bryant. And Beebe will backhand one. Hornets bring it in on a 1-on-5. And they were unable to get a shot on goal. Konkrete kids will chase it down to Luke Whitty on the wing. And he doesn't have possession anymore here. Almost got it right back. It's stuck between his skates, actually. Comes free a few times. Whitty tried to get a shot, but is swatted away. Berg passed it around the boards. Hornets will move on a 2-on-2, a 2-on-3 actually. And it's broken back up. Bryant moves through center here for the K Kids. Coming in over the line. Bryant will go on a breakaway. Bryant scores! What a goal by Bryant! Top shelf it in! Northampton finally responds, and they have retaken the lead. 5-4 Konkrete kids. 4.5 to go in this game. Bryant, his second goal of the night and 29th of the season. It's like I was saying, the next goal was going to be a big one. There you go. Bryant scores his second of the night. And he got around a few defenders, and now Northampton will go on yet another chance. Here's Grubbs. And that went off a Emmaus stick. Bryant now has 5 goals in the last 2 playoff games. Poked checked away by Shellhammer. 4 man left in this one. Swatted away there by Matthew Supp. Fegley trying to make a centering pass. No one there to connect the play. That shot, and that goes over the glove there, Shellhammer. 3.5 left. I'll keep my eyes on Colton Posovic if Emmaus needs to pull him to get an extra attacker. And if they're going to do that, it'll most likely be within the next minute or so. BB moves it on the right wing into the Northampton zone. BB's going to wait. Backhand shot, and it was intercepted by Bryant. And he's only scored twice. He can score one more if he needs to. And it looks like he's going to try that here. Bryant around the defense again, shooting for the angle. And Posovic covers up and stops play. 3:03 remains in the game. Nate Bryant, he's been on fire these last few minutes here for Northampton. Who knows, maybe him or Logan Pyle will become the new Lorenzo Tita on the varsity team years from now, but who knows? Northampton wins the faceoff. Shot off the draw is blocked. The wrister came from Finn McGinley. And now this was the recent goal scorer for the Hornets. That was Beck. And it's backhanded back through center. Hornets bring it back across the line. 2:40 to go. Shot, and then it's blocked off the pad of Shellhammer, and it's picked up by Pyle. Gives one ahead for Soren Bartholomew, and now she was unable to hold on to it. 2.5 left in the game. Northampton doing a good job at least not only getting offensive chances here to maybe go up by 2, but they are killing a lot of clock here, keeping the puck in the Emmaus end of the rink. Mankis is trying to move it through neutral ice. Having some trouble here. Now he'll get it to center ice. 2 minutes in the game. Northampton leads 5-4 in the Elementary Phantoms Cup final. Offsides against the Hornets. 1:55 to go in the game. I always wonder if Emmaus, there you go. I was just about to say, I wonder if Emmaus is going to call a timeout. They do. This is honestly a good time to do so. We'll go to a quick break and we'll be back when the timeout concludes. Timeout has concluded. The score is 5-4 Northampton. 1:55 remains on the clock. Northampton trying to win their second consecutive Phantoms Cup. Emmaus trying to win their first. Northampton was up 4-0. Emmaus tied it at 4. And recently Nate Bryant gave Northampton back the lead, up 5-4. Colton Pozovic still in his net. I can imagine he'll go to the bench very soon to get Emmaus their much needed extra attacker. But we'll see. Puck is dropped and we're underway here. Berg had that puck tipped and off the pads of Shellhammer. Pozovic still in his net for Emmaus. Bryant. 2 goals of the night. Makes a pass off the boards. Gets taken down. Thought he might have been tripped. He was not, apparently. We continue to play on. 1.5 to go in the game. That shot is blocked. Shellhammer attempted to get the rebound. There goes Pozovic. Empty cage for the Hornets as they're down by 1. Oh, what a save by Shellhammer! And that puck goes over the net. Remember that save of Northampton holds on to this 5-4 lead. Allen guides it across. Hornets clear it on back. Blocked off a Northampton stick. Last minute to play in regulation time. This is going to be cleared back into the zone. Matthew Supp almost intercepted by Grubbs. 49 seconds left. Emmaus trailing by 1. 3-on-2. Brought into the zone. Broken up by Bryant. Good play. And slapped into the zone. Northampton takes it right back. And it's almost taken to the empty cage, but no, it's broken up at center ice. This almost goes towards the empty net. It'll miss it wide. 30 seconds to go in the game. Emmaus running out of time. Backhanded through center. 20 seconds left. Northampton gives this to Bryant for the empty cage. Scores! Hat-trick for Bryant. An empty net goal. And that's going to do it. Or, hold on a second here. I think they may have called the goal off, actually. It might have been offsides. It was an offsides, no goal. Emmaus is still alive with 16.2 seconds left, so Bryant's hat-trick is denied. And I think Northampton is now calling a timeout. They are. 16.2 seconds remains on the clock. The empty net goal for Bryant does not count as it was offsides. 5-4 Northampton. Konkrete Kids trying to win their second consecutive Phantoms Cup. Northampton wins the big face-off. Bryant's going to skate it in his own end. 10 seconds to go. Bryant off the boards. Emmaus trying to get one last guess. 4 seconds left. They'll get one last chance. It's blocked. That's your hockey game. Northampton has done it again. The Northampton Konkrete Kids are the 2025 LVSHL Phantoms Cup champions. They congratulate their goaltender, Jacob Shellhammer, who saves 23 of 24. Give a lot of credit to Emmaus. They had a great effort at their comeback, but it just wasn't enough. And now they'll begin one of the greatest traditions in the sport, the handshake line. Director of ticket sales for the Phantoms, Trevor Herrick, has the Phantoms Cup in his hand. He's going to give it to the champion Northampton Konkrete Kids momentarily. I'll keep the stream on for a little bit so you can see the celebration continue on here at PPL Center. As they award the Phantoms Cup to Northampton legendary coach Brian Ruff. As Coach Ruff is speaking to all the players on his team, they're going to get into a photo that these kids will remember quite possibly for the rest of their lives, and at least something they'll cherish for the next few years. Congratulations to the Northampton Konkrete Kids in the elementary division. They are back-to-back Phantoms Cup champions as they defeat the Emmaus Hornets 5-4. Shellhammer's holding the cup now. And all his teammates join him in celebrating. I'm Nicholas Garofolo. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Nick's Hockey Broadcast. Final score, Northampton 5, Emmaus 4. The Konkrete Kids are back-to-back Phantoms Cup champions. I'm not done tonight. I'll be doing a second stream scheduled to around 8:30 between the Easton Red Rovers and the Northampton Konkrete Kids in the middle school division. It might actually start a little later than 8:30, but it'll be starting momentarily. And just know that the stream that you see now, this is not the only footage of this celebration of Northampton. The Phantoms are going to be releasing some videography shots of all these teams winning their championships in the near future. So you'll see that as well. Good night and good hockey.